Hello friends, welcome back. Here we are in ComfyUI again, playing with Mochi, which is Genmo's new open source video model. When it came out, the claim was that it would take 4 H100s to do an inference, and thanks to the hard work of Kijai and other people in the community, that is no longer reality. We got, well, I say we, but I was just watching. The community got it down to just a crazy, just so much. Like the community has, and Kijai specifically, has squished this model down so much that we can infer locally on a 3090 and possibly less, in a matter of days, which is just wild. So yeah, here we are, and I'm going to show you how to run Mochi at home. If you have, I think you need over 16 gigs of VRAM to make it work. So that might be not so great. But after I help you set it up locally, we're going to go and try and set it up on Vast and see if we can get it to run on an H100 and see what that's like, because we might be able to get this to the point where it's cheaper to spin up an instance on Vast than it is to do it gen by gen. We'll figure it out. We'll find out. Yeah, but basically with all the cool stuff that Kijai's been working on, we should be able to squeeze a lot more performance out of it. And I'm curious to see how that stacks up past my 3090. So, last night before all these modifications and stuff, it took 20 minutes to do I think it was like 100 frame video at like 50 steps. At full res was 896 or whatever, 860 by 480. But then, after all that stuff today, we got that down to about 15 minutes. And then these runs that I'm doing now, these 576 by 320 runs, 50 steps, 49 frames, we got these down to like 2-3 minutes on my 3090. So this is like plenty fast for iteration and messing around and exploring the model. And then you can, rent bigger hardware or just go do big gens if you want to do like, long runs and stuff. But yeah, basically, we should be able to get you going locally if you have, I think, at least 16 gigs of VRAM. It might be more. I think it really depends on how you apply the decoding at the end. So if you want to learn more about all this stuff, where it's being researched, go to Banodoco, BANODOCO.ai, and go to the Discord there. And in that Discord, there is a channel for Mochi and a channel for CogX video. Those are the two big main awesome open source video model things that we have to play with the community, and that's where the community is really like coming together to try to get all the latest stuff. So if you want to like follow the development and like be on the pulse of it, trying this stuff out as it's found out, that's the place to go, because basically Kijai will post his findings and we'll all try it out and see if we can match it and help them get it working better for everybody. So yeah, join the party. All right. All that being said, Mochi. Let's talk about what Mochi is. Genmo Mochi 1. Mochi 1 is a research preview of the world's best open video generational model. It does lots of great stuff. These are high res runs on the server. So you can, get these kicking on their website. I think you get 2 free ones a day, and then you can sign up. But if you want to try and do it locally and mess around, because the weights were released, so this is the fun community part. So we're gonna play with that, and we're gonna try and get it set up. So what I'm gonna do is, if you want to get this kicking now, install ComfyUI. You've probably already got ComfyUI installed if you're going to try this. This is not beginner day one stuff. If you're installing Comfy today, this is probably not for you. You just hang out and we'll have some fun. But if you already know how Comfy works and you've done this kind of stuff before, you can try to follow this guide here to get it working. But again, this is day one bleeding edge stuff for getting this stuff to work quickly. So if you can't get this stuff to work, it's not the end of the world. This is all, just like 0-day stuff. All right. So let's go through the guide. So if you look in the description below, I've added a Notion page that basically lines out all the steps we need to do. These were all the steps laid out to me by Kijai on Banodoco while we were trying to fix it, while I was trying to get it running. So I basically just collected them so that we can go through it together. And that's in the description below. Just go to the Notion page and you're looking for the, it's like, install Windows Triton for Mochi or whatever. It's setup guide, I believe I called it. If you click that, it'll bring you to this page. I'll zoom in on that. So, basically we need to set up the environment so that we can install two things, Triton and SageAttention. We need these to make the model run faster. So first things first, if you don't have Visual Studio build tools installed, or Visual Studio build tools, go get them. Let's just Google Visual Studio Code, and you're looking for the Visual Studio build tools. Build tools. All right. So visualstudio.microsoft.com, that's the correct website. And the other correct one is code.visualstudio.com. So if it says visualstudio.com or microsoft.com, it's safe. So I use VS Code for just my text editor, so you can use this if you want to. But I don't think you need to install this. What you do need to install is the other one I had up here, Visual Studio Build Tools, because we need to be able to build this stuff. There we go. So I think it's the community version. You install that, and you can install VS Code from here as well. And get that going. If you've done any dev, you already have that running, so set that up. If you already have it, go into your add remove programs in the Windows settings, like hit start and type add or remove programs, and it'll come up in your control panel here. You just click on that. It'll bring up this page where you can see all the apps you have installed. Search for Visual Studio, and when you see the Visual Studio build tools, click on the little three dots, click modify. That's going to bring this up. What you want to do is make sure the MSVC version 1.4.3 and Windows 11 SDK checkboxes are checked, and then hit install, because you need those to build this tool. So do that. It'll run. It'll do the thing. When it's done, then you can install the CUDA toolkit. So then follow the link below. Set this up for your environment, Windows 11 or Windows 10. When it's done, you need to add the CUDA toolkit to your system environment variables. So you want to hit start and type environment variables. And you're looking for edit the system environment variables control panel thing. So you click that, and it brings up this little guy here. And on there, you click environment variables. And that's going to bring up this window. And then down in the system variables, you want to double click on your path. And that's going to be all the paths that are in your environment. So here we need to make sure that the CUDA 12.5 that we installed is the only ones in this path. So if you see other ones like from older versions or anything else, you need to remove them, because we need these to be at at least the first ones, because the file we need to access is in that folder. So that's why we're adding this to the environment. So we do that to get this all ready to work with Triton. So then step 4. Go to Triton Windows GitHub and read it. So click on the Triton Windows GitHub. And I know it's a lot of words, but this is all the stuff in my last document is the breakdown of what they're talking about here. So this will explain why you're doing what you need to do and sort of how to do it. And my other one is just a simple step-by-step guide. So, it's good to read this. It's good to understand what you're doing and then try to follow the steps. So do that. Read this. Basically, the next thing we need to do is add this path here that it's talking about to your environment variable. So go back to your environment variable where we were adding the system path, the system paths, and you want to add this path as well. And it's in your program files, Microsoft Visual Studio 2022, build tools, VC tools, MSCV. This number might be different for yours. Bin host. So you go find the folder on your computer and then, paste the path in to the system environment variable we just showed you up here, this guy. So a new one, paste it in. Then you've got that path in your environment as well. So these two plus this one. Don't just copy and paste it from the GitHub because it might be a different version number on your computer. You gotta go look at it and make sure. Okay. Step 6, download the wheel file that corresponds to your Python version. So if you go to the Triton Windows GitHub again, up here at the top, there's a releases area. Like that. These are all the install files that you need. You will need one of these files to get working. But to find out which version you need to know what version of Python you're running. So if you're running the ComfyUI portable install, you have to follow the instructions on this page for the portable install. There we go. You see special notes if you're using Comfy with embedded Python. So if you downloaded comfyui.zip and unpacked it and installed it that way, follow these instructions. If you did what I did and made your own environment and installed Comfy into that, then do what I'm talking about. And if you are using Pinocchio, good luck. All right. Special notes. And just let me double check here. I think we're good. Yeah. So in my case, because I'm using an environment, all I had to do is go into my environment, go to my Comfy folder, enable my environment, and then type Python -- version to find out what version of Python I ran. So I'm running 3.10.6. So that means when I go to this releases folder, I want 3.10. I want this version here. Okay, or this one, 3.10, 310. Yeah, that's it right there. Download that. For me, you might be different. Depends on what your Python version is. And then download that to. I just put it in my Comfy folder, so I knew where it was. But you just have to know where the file is, and then go to the file. So let's say I downloaded it to. Just download it to your Comfy folder. It's easier. And then when you're in your Comfy folder, go back to, where was it? Here. Yeah. So I've got that little Triton wheel file right here in the folder up there. So all I have to do is, now that my environment is mounted, is pip install that wheel file. And that's going to install Triton, and it'll work now because we got all that other stuff working. And then when that's done, you need to pip install SageAttention, all one word. And then when that's all done, these two are done, then you will have the environment set up to do this trick that will squish the model down to make it work really fast. All right. So yeah, it's a lot of steps. This is, again, nerd stuff. So have fun. I won't, you can come and ask in the Discord if you want, but I might not, I might not have a good answer for you because a lot of this is very whack-a-mole. Your problems might be different than my problems type of situation. So yeah, if you can't get it to work, don't stress out. This is I don't want to say expert level, but it's definitely high intermediate Python environment nonsense to get this to work. So this is not, a typical Comfy experience. And who knows, down the road, this might all be solved by running a script. So this is just if you want to play with this today. My advice would be just wait a couple days, or try it on Genmo or on Val or any of the places where you can play with it for credits. Right. So when it's all done, these pips should install without any errors, and if that is the case, restart Comfy and update the Mochi wrapper. And the Mochi wrapper is the second link down below. And let me see, Mochi wrapper. Yeah, Kijai MochiWrapper. So this probably isn't in the manager yet, I don't think. So if you need to install it, the same deal as we were in our Comfy folder here. We just go into CD custom nodes and then git clone, git space clone space paste the URL to MochiWrapper, and it'll install MochiWrapper into your custom nodes folder. And then to update it, you just go into that folder. So CD ComfyUI-MochiWrapper and git pull. GIT-PULL. So yeah, there's already an update. Hopefully it'll still work. And then after you update your nodes, always restart Comfy. So I got my Comfy running over here. I'm gonna kill it and kill all these windows. I got way too many terminal windows open. And I'm gonna go start my Comfy. Okay. So hopefully all those things worked for you and everything was awesome, and we don't have to talk about Triton ever again. Until we try to set it up on the cloud anyway. So if this worked, and I think it did, we go back over to Comfy and hit refresh, and all the nodes should be fine. Oh, the workflow is in the link too, if you want to just grab it, but it's also in the examples folder in the Comfy nodes folder, so no problem. So let's try a food fight in a cafeteria. Food flying everywhere, chaos, and chairs. All right. We're going to use the GGUF Q8 quantized model with the FP8 E4M3FN. I'm going to try the fast one, see if it works. Attention mode is SageAttention. And we need these torch compile settings. So the magic here, from what I understand, is we're torch compiling this model, which makes it run faster on our video card. But hopefully someone with more technical knowledge can maybe explain better what's going on here. That's my very layman understanding of what's going on. And then for all these settings, I'm actually going to set the steps down to 25 just for speed. It might not look as good, but it'll be faster. So let's run it. So it's going to grab all the stuff. You might need the T5 clip as well. You can get that from the manager, from the model manager. If you just type T5 XX, yeah, you just want, or T5 rather, you want this XXL encoder only, FP8 E4M 3FN. That's the clip. And this node will grab any models it needs. It's nice. So I've already done the torch compile. That's why it's already running, or maybe I haven't. No, I haven't. So now it's doing the compile. So this first run's going to take like 4 or 5 minutes to do this first compile. But then after that, the runs are really fast. So you just leave it up and keep making stuff. So yeah, this first run when it does the torch compile takes a little while. So we'll just wait for that. Let's try and answer some questions while we wait here. Live chat. All right. Hey, Doll. Hey, Jan. Hey, Salo. What's up? Go KFM. Jan. What up? Neo Futuro. Dream Making. Rediff. What's up, Rediff? All right. Happy with my 4090 best purchase I ever made. Yeah, absolutely. Salo Mahal. But it's like Flux where you recommended 12 gigabytes of VRAM and you can run it on 6. There's a hard limit, so I'm able to run on 4080. That's a good question. I really don't know. If you want to try and run it on your 4080, your 12 gig 4080, let us know. I really think the best place to ask that question is Banodoco. If you go to the Banodoco Mochi channel, everyone in there is pretty familiar with the limits, so they'll be able to tell you what's possible and probably how to do it. Okay, hello from Turkey. Hello. Do the steps also have a positive effect on other aspects of generating Comfy? Yeah, as far as I know, this same process can be applied to Cog X video. Kijai was posting some pretty cool results right before I popped on, so hopefully, yeah. Hopefully this helps on anything where you can torch compile. Does Triton break stuff from other workflows? I don't think so. Genmo's here. The Genmo. It's not very comfy. Yeah, it can not be very comfy sometimes. Will I be grabbing a 5090? No. But if like a really generous company wants to sponsor a 5090 for me, you know, that's definitely that'd be a really cool thing for them to do it. That's all I'm saying. But no, it's a little out of my price league as an enthusiast consumer. Yeah. But yeah, you know, I don't know. What do you get? A car or a 5090? Yeah, hopefully with these types of optimizations, be able to make it run even faster for the sort of big boy gens on FAL and the Genmo site. This is why it's really important to build with the community, because like all the advancements the community's working on right now, Genmo can just use, and you know it's a give and take relationship as opposed to a take and take relationship, which is what you get with a lot of closed source companies. It's, you know, it's nice. It's nice to have that back and forth with the researchers, you know. So after that finished, yeah, it's gonna say it take like 5 minutes, but if we run the next one, it'll take like 2 minutes or less. But here comes our food fight. All right. So after it hits the sampler, it's going to go into the special tile decoder that Kijai's been working on. And basically that makes it so like I think the biggest problem we had was actually decoding these in our amount of VRAM that we have. So like that's what helps with this is no, this is great. I mean, that's fantastic. So let's try this same prompt now that the model's loaded and see how long it actually takes. Just going to slide this over here, pop this in here, make that a little bigger. Zoom in. Yeah, so 2 minutes from the jump, but this you'll see this number actually go down quite a bit as it gets going. Like a lot of it's front loaded to the beginning of this process. So once we hit about step 5 or 6, it'll actually even out, and it's going to hit like oh, you guys can't see that. Oh yes, you can. Yeah, you'll see now it's going to take a minute. Yeah, so less than 2 minutes for a 49-second run on a 3090 is wild. I know it's only 25 steps, but it's, you know, it's crazy. That's a long time to wait, Jan. Jan says he's going to wait till the 70 series before updating. I don't think there's ever going to be a way to expand VRAM on the cards, but it would be nice if they somehow added some sort of like VRAM slots like memory. That would be pretty cool. Just buy some new VRAM. Because really, like once you have your foot in the door, like my 3090, I'm just happy to have 24 gigs of VRAM. I don't really care how long it takes. Like it would be nicer if it was faster, but just having the footprint of 24 gigs to be able to do stuff is the most important thing. So, yeah, just getting big consumer swappable VRAM would be awesome. Wondering if you tried or heard of working with these new video models with latent noise masks or in painting. I mean, like a lot of these video models are essentially just really good in painting engines. Um, like, like if you try to extend a scene with Runway or Luma or You know, anything that does image to video, like it will inpaint, it will inpaint or outpaint rather the rest of the world. So, yeah, I mean, I think everybody's messing with that stuff, but the concept of inpainting or the concept of latent noise and all that stuff, like, I think it's just different when the models are different, and like some of the models are closed, so we don't even know how they work internally. So yeah. But one of the fun things you can do is just start running any footage you can through Runway's video to video, because it's super interesting how their algorithm interprets video. Like try all kinds of stuff. Try depth maps, RGB maps, temperature masks, all kinds of weird stuff. Really makes cool results. Yeah, so we're blowing up cafeteria, but in 25 steps. Pretty sweet. And a minute 46. That's pretty awesome. All right, so let's try 40 steps maybe. And we'll try a bird flying right along the surface of a glassy lake on a crisp autumn day. Yeah. All right, should I rent an H100 and try and spin this up, see what happens? Maybe. Oh wow, when you increase the steps, it actually has to recalculate the torch compile. That's interesting. That is interesting. All right, let's try this. I'm gonna spin this up on an H100 and see what happens. I need a comfy. So we've done this before, so we're gonna do it fast. Okay, people, let's go over here and get to templates. We need a ComfyUI template. So we are gonna let's get this a reasonable size here. All right, ComfyUI. We're gonna pick the first one. Oh yeah. We're gonna 80 gigs is fine. We're gonna grab an H100 and we're gonna double check that they have decent internet and not awful prices. I guess we'll get this one in Thailand. All right, YOLO. Okay, so my thinking is that SageAttention and Triton are just going to pip install on Linux. If they don't, we'll just give up. But if they do, then hopefully we'll be able to run this on an H100, which will mean much faster inference. Who knows? This model loves chaos. And I love models that love chaos. Yeah, like all that stuff I was showing you guys at the beginning for the Windows, like that's a Windows workaround to get Triton working in Windows. I think it just works in Linux, but you know, we might run into some other problems. So let's see. It's been verifying checksum for a little too long, I think. Oh. Loading. Full complete. I'm starting to think the internet's not as fast as they're saying it is. Oh, wow. The bird's not flying along the surface, but it is a glassy river on a crisp autumn day. Oh, yeah, I guess it looks more like the bird just pooped, I guess, as it was flying across the surface. Close enough. Oh, this doesn't look good. I'm going to kill this one. Every now and then it feels like you get an extremely slow, broken instance, and they're just there to suck your money. All right. All right, we'll try this one in the Netherlands, I guess. Basically never get the cheapest GPU. It's always a problem with it. Yeah, we could do it. Will Smith demolishing a plate of spaghetti, furiously stuffing it into his mouth, greedily laughing. Yummy, yummy. Oh, connecting. That's a good thing. There we go. So hit open. Hit advanced. Proceed. Unsafe. It's fine. So Service Portal, ComfyUI, Sync Thing, and Jupyter Notebook. We need what? ComfyUI and Jupyter Notebook. So Control-click direct link and Control-click direct link on Jupyter Notebook and ComfyUI. This will open two tabs. The first tab is ComfyUI. It's still building. It's still downloading models. Let it do its thing. The next tab is Jupyter. This is the way you control the computer. So let's try that. I'm going to change the theme to dark because holy crap. And then view Open Jupyter Lab. And that's going to give us the machine that we are running Comfy on, right? Or preparing Comfy on. As soon as this is done, it's just going to start Comfy in this window. You don't have to do anything. Just wait. And if you're feeling real frisky, you can make your own provision script. So if you go to here and you look in the template we're using, it's requesting this provisioning script. It's in here somewhere. Yeah. Provisioning script, HTTPS raw, blah, 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 blah. GitHub user content, AI doc, ComfyUI main, config provisioning, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, scroll back if you want local Norseman. All right. So a script like this, you can actually just grab this URL, right? Paste it into your browser, and you can see that this provisioning script tells Vast what it needs. But since we're doing Mochi, we don't actually need any of this crap. So you can go in and make your own scripts. So you could take this one and edit it and put in all the stuff that you need it to get. So it'll grab it all on the first run. And then just upload it to GitHub, like make a repo and upload that script to GitHub, and then replace it in your startup command in this thing here. Or sorry, in where is it? There, in here. Replace this URL with your provisioning script, and then it'll download the stuff you needed to download. So, yeah, that's how you set that stuff up sort of automatically. All right, here we are in ComfyUI. Manager, let's do the fix it so it looks less bad. GitHub beta top. Okay. That looks like ComfyUI. All right. So let's do we're gonna, so I put the workflow in the setup guide scripts. So just grab it and then drop it in. I'm just gonna grab one of my generations. There it is. And when you drag the workflow in, it's going to complain about a bunch of missing nodes, right? That's fine. We just go up to manager and say install missing custom nodes. And it's going to say, it's going to tell you what nodes are missing. But you're going to notice Mochi isn't in here just because it's not in the manager yet. So we need to do that git clone thing I was talking about. So let's go over to this Kijai ComfyUI-MochiWrapper. We need this URL. Back to Jupyter Lab, open up our terminal, that little button in the bottom left, and that's going to bring up the terminal for our computer. So ls to look in the folder, we're going to see a ComfyUI folder, cd ComfyUI, zoom this in, cd ComfyUI, ls, we're going to see everything in there. Going to go to cus tab, cd cus tab, that's going to autocomplete custom nodes for us. We're going to look in there, we're going to say git space clone space paste, control V. Pasting the URL in for the Mochi wrapper, and it's going to drop the files it needs into place. Next, we are going to just type exit or hit the Lex, and it'll go back to where you were. So now we have the Mochi stuff installed. We still need to restart to make it work, but we're going to install the other ones while we're to do it all in one fell swoop. So let's grab install missing custom nodes and grab these two, KJ nodes and Video Helper Suite. Install. This is old hat for a lot of you, so just ignore if you already know how to do this stuff. It's all good. That doesn't look like Will Smith at all. Okay, good. Let's hit restart. They're all done. And that's going to restart the little ComfyUI server on here for us. If you want to see what your server's doing, click on terminal and you want to type logtail, all one word, logtail. And logtail will tail the log file. So it's like just having your terminal window open in local Comfy. You can see what it's doing. So like you can have this open so you can see if there's been any errors, but it looks like we're good to go. So there's two things we need to do to make this work. Well, probably more than two, but we're going to try these two. Pip install Triton. Okay, looks like it's already installed. And pip install SageAttention, all one word. Okay, so that just automatically worked. So let's I need to restart Comfy. I don't know if I actually need to, but I'm going to. So go to manager. Zoom out. There we go. Click the restart button in the manager. All right. And when it says it's restarted and the nodes are still red, just hit F5. Or refresh in your browser. And that'll bring up all the nodes. And we're back. Nice. So the thing we are going to need is to download this clip. This is what I was talking about earlier. Go to Manager, Model Manager, and you want the T5, and you want this T5 XXL encoder only FP8 E4M3FN. That's the one. So hit install. It's going to copy it, dump it in the folder. When you install models, you don't actually need to restart Comfy. You only need to restart Comfy when you install plugins like custom sample packs, custom node packs and stuff, because those need to run their their installers and stuff. And depending on how fast our internet is, this should be done pretty soon. And again, we can log tail to see what's up. The internet is slower than advertised. Not cool. Not cool. I do like that he's not using any utensils at all, just straight hand to nude. Okay, let's try a beaver drinking a can of Red Bull and then eating an entire tree. Let's kill some of these tabs. I feel like I have too many tabs open here. Yeah. Cool. Don't need you either. Or you. Or you. There we go. Maximum clean. Okay, file's done. Refresh required. That's not true. Well, it is, but what they mean by refresh is this little refresh button right here. And now when you click this, it's going to actually show up in the list. And that's what you want, because you want to be able to select it. And it's working. All right, Mochi preview. We're going to have it download the Q8 quantized version. Q8. We're going to try this fast mode with SageAttention. We have to make sure that this inductor torch compile settings thing is all on. And I'm going to maybe set it to max auto tune. I don't know. See what that does. All right. So let's try the same prompt with the same settings and see if it's any faster. Wait. Ah, yes, this is it. Okay, so let's look at our Jupyter lab and see what's happening. Okay, it's downloading. Nice, it's downloading the thing. Right on. Download the model, buddy. Let's see, what do we got coming up? Today, 25th. Next week, Halloween special. You guys picked it. I've got my Princess Peach costume pretty much ready to go. Coming to you live as the lovely Princess Peach. Got a couple special guests hopefully lined up. We popping in and out. And yeah, it'll be a fun time. We're going to make some spooky stuff and hang out and do Halloweening. So if you don't have a Halloween party to go to, come hang out with me. Okay, well, I think he just ate the can of Red Bull. I guess this is working. Well, we'll just wait for the file, see what happens. Let's try a robot firing a giant blue laser beam at a building as it explodes into a million pieces. Let's go, chaos. Yeah, I guess beavers can eat metal. I didn't know that. Well, video models are always right, so. Do I get any timings? What do you mean? Oh, it's done. Nice. All right. Okay. 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 Oh no, you're not done. You're still downloading. No. You can just interpolate frames normally. Like that's just a problem to deal with in post. These videos are actually a little fast. I believe I believe it's like sort of set to like 8 frames per second. So like this is, you know, I don't know. It might be better to slow these down and interpolate them. We could do that. We'll add an interpolator and see how they look slow motion. More slow motioner. Yeah, so the problem with the Hugging Face downloader is it doesn't tell you that what it's doing until the files are done downloading. So it just finished downloading the Mochi model and now it's getting the VAE. So like, yeah, it is working. It just doesn't tell you. There's too many variables, Norseman. It doesn't really compare. It's very slow. Very slow. Comparatively, like if you were to go use like Runway or something, Runway's much faster, but like it's just a different model. Come on. Okay, initializing model. That's good. Like the fact that we can even run Cog and Mochi locally at home is wild. And I mean Cog, like from my last video, go look at what's going on with Cog. Like we are blessed right now with all kinds of wild video models for the community. Okay. It's doing stuff. It's mad about something. Enumerator doesn't exist? Oh. I was kind of worried this would happen. No available kernel runtime error for... Yeah, I remember how I said we would give up immediately if it didn't work? Alright, what is it actually mad about? Maybe we can pip install something. Can I import name from enum? Enumerate? I don't know what any of this means. Yeah, I kind of expected this to happen. Alright, screw the H100. Somebody smarter than me will figure this out, and then I'll teach you how to do it. I'm not messing with that all night. No way, bud. Yeah. Yeah, the blue laser worked great. That H100 version would have ran fine, like regularly, but it's so slow that like, or you know, so much slower that it'd be the same speed as this anyway. Well, not the same speed, but not much faster. Not worth $2 an hour, basically. I was hoping we could pop these optimizations into the H100 and get it moving real fast, but that's something I need to play with, not on stream, I think. So we want to try some slow motion stuff. Let's try that. Let's try slow motion. What is it, like a bullet going through a water balloon? Maybe we can get one of those cool like FPS guys videos. There are other tiling options as well for decoding. So that's why I was saying go to the Banodoco server, because Kijai is always dropping the sauce. It's so good at action. It's wicked. And again, these are lower gen runs than you can run. Like they look kind of fuzzy because I'm running in the 576 by 320. You're supposed to run this at like 8 something by 480. So yeah, like I'm just doing that for brevity, for speed's sake, rather, for the stream. Like yeah, we don't want to sit here for 15 minutes a run basically to get results out. All right. Like it's missing the information. Weird. Hey, nice. Can I run this on my 4070 Ti? Well, that really depends on how much VRAM you have. My gut says no. But head over to Banodoco and find out. Somebody might have got it to run and might have a solution. I have 24 gigs, so I can't test it on lower VRAM, so I have no idea. I'm curious if this will look too interpolated. This film interpolation is taking almost as long as this, taking almost as long as the run took. We're gonna skip this bit in the future. It's 48 frames. It's taking so long. It's weirdly stuttery. Let's skip that step. Yuck. Hmm. That's odd. Seems to be taking too long. Yeah, well, that's sort of yeah, renting an H100 for $2 an hour seems expensive until you look at how much an H100 costs. Then all of a sudden it seems cheap. Yeah, I'm just blown away. We got this like around like 2 minutes. Like 2 minutes is totally reasonable time for inference for messing around with a model like this. So yeah, if you need to set this up, ignore everything I did on the cloud and go back to the local setup and do that. Just scroll back to the beginning of the video, Waleed. All right. Oh, I think the 5090 is going to be more than 2K. I'm thinking more 25, 3K. I would be surprised if it was under 2K. Genmo made this video model. Genmo. You can play with it there too. You get 2 runs a day on Genmo, so use those up. Two runs a day on Genmo, 3 runs a day on Hailuo. I don't think you get free ones with Runway. Maybe you do. I think Pika gives us some free dailies. Basically, if you do all your daily runs on Civet, give some free runs. If you had like a MacBook or something, you can bounce around the internet and fool around with AI for about an hour or 2 hours for free. Jan, it's adorable that you're trying to apply logic to GPU prices. Slow motion bullet going through a water balloon. Well, maybe a little down here, I guess. Looks cool though. The balloon blowing up looks amazing. You can see, excuse me. Sorry, you can see some tile artifacts from the tiling, but there's another tiling method that Kijai talks about in the nodes that apparently does a lot better job. So yeah, if you're getting those tiles or you don't like them, try the other with spatial tiling, I believe it's called. Yeah. Mochi VAE decodes spatial tiling. So instead of this Mochi decode node, I would try this one. I guess we could see what it does. Let me check. Nah, I'm not even going to try it. The settings will be on the Banodoco server, so if you want to try it, go get the settings from there. I'm not going to screw around. break everything. VAE, where do you come from? Mochi VAE. Samples come from model. All right, cool. Well, yeah, I mean, this is it. This is the workflow. This is Mochi. This is getting it to work. That's everything. There's nothing more right now. Go set it up, play with it, explore the model, find out what it does well, find out what it does badly. Let us know on Banodoco. Let us know in the comments and all that stuff. Come back for the Halloween special on the 31st. And I'll probably have another stream in between. And then next week, you'll get another This Week in AI with PERS. And we'll cover all the stuff that came out this week. And anything I missed from last week, too. That's interesting. So, yeah. I'm here to provide insight on these tools from someone who actually uses them. So if you can like and subscribe and push out my videos to people, that would be really helpful for me. It's very hard to grow without clickbait engagement. So to avoid being the most clickbaity, annoying jerk on the planet, can you please just share my stuff, and I won't have to tell everyone that every single time there's a new development, it is the most exciting thing to happen since the last thing. I find that method of disseminating information extremely annoying, and I find that it takes away your credibility after a while if you always tell everybody the sky is falling. So, take AI advice with a grain of salt. Not everything is a game changer. Not everything is the next best thing. Not everything is going to disrupt, and not everything is, the most amazing thing you've ever seen. And a lot of this stuff is amazing, but the problem is you get burned out if you just see that stuff all the time. So just trying to be the antithesis to that. That's me. That's first. Come on to the Patreon. Hit up the, if you want to support, hit up my Discord. What else? Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, just push my posts for this stuff so that other people can get educated too. Don't keep it a secret. Tell your friends, and Pers loves you. Play with Mochi and talk about it in the Banodoco server in the Mochi channel. If you come across any really cool developments or you're having trouble getting the Triton thing going, hopefully somebody in there can help you out. And also just refer to the guide in the description below. I'm going to leave that up so you guys can just bookmark that or whatever, and that'll help you get Triton and all that crap installed. Yeah, fighting with Windows stuff is never fun. But yeah, thanks everybody. We'll see you all real soon. Have a great night, and yeah, bye-bye.